The warning label below this video is mind controlling you. Now you might click on some YouTube videos and notice there's this helpful little information box below videos about certain topics. For example, the one below this video reads, "Uninduced abortion is a procedure to end a pregnancy. It can be done two different ways: medication abortion, also called medical abortion, and procedural abortion. Uninduced abortion is different from a spontaneous abortion." At first glance, that might seem like a helpful little side note, some extra information about the video you're watching. Except it's not a helpful side note. It's a tool to control your mind. Despite what you think, I'm actually not being dramatic. I'm not blowing this out of proportion. This box, right below this video, is a living, breathing example of propaganda in our time. The definition of propaganda is this: information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote a particular cause. Well, this is certainly information, so all we have to figure out is if it's biased or misleading, and if it is used to promote a particular cause. Right off the bat, uninduced abortion is a procedure to end a pregnancy. Hold up, what's an induced abortion? Luckily, we can click on the propaganda and learn more. Uninduced abortion is different from a spontaneous abortion. That is the loss of a pregnancy before the 20th week of pregnancy. It is more commonly known as a miscarriage. Oh, so an induced abortion is just an abortion. Because a non-induced abortion, or spontaneous, is just a miscarriage. Something we already have a word for. Kind of strange to make up a new word for something we already have a perfectly good word for, but then again, there are people who like to make up new words to suit their political ends. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we need to show that this is biased and/or misleading. So far, these new words and such, it's definitely confusing, but I'm not completely sold that it qualifies as misleading. It's not necessarily propaganda yet. Let's get back to the prop box, as I call it. A procedure to end a pregnancy. Oh, cool. Kind of like a procedure to end my back pain. Or a procedure to get my teeth cleaned. Oh, sorry, what? Wait, what does it mean to be pregnant again? I think I forgot. Oh, it's having a child or young developing in the uterus. Well, then what does it mean to end a pregnancy? Because everyone knows that we're not talking about C-sections or medical procedures that save both the mother and the child. We're talking about abortions, where children are injected with poisons and their bodies are torn out of their mother's uterus limb by limb with forceps. Don't believe me? Look up dilation and evacuation abortion. Very sterile sounding names for infanticide. This sterile language definitely checks the box for misleading. It tricks your brain into associating an act of violence against a defenseless human being with some kind of sterile medical procedure, kind of like getting a mole removed or fixing your back pain. Okay, how about bias? There is no way to end a pregnancy without killing the child with which you are pregnant, other than carrying it to term, of course. Now you might be saying, hey, you're the biased one here. You just asserted that abortion is murder. Exactly. I am biased. We are all biased about this topic because whether abortion should be legal or not is not a scientific question. It's not a medical question. It's a philosophical question. The question is, which human beings have the right to life? There are two camps. Those who believe a fetus does deserve the human right to life, and those who believe it does not. Rather than debate why you may believe it does not, which I'm happy to do in the comments, let me just lay out my case for why I believe a fetus does deserve every human right that we are afforded. First off, the science is clear. A fetus is clearly a human being. It has unique human DNA. It has a body. It has a soul. Now, I understand most of you who support abortion won't believe in a soul. So even if you don't believe in a soul, take the other 2 points. Just ask the question, what is a fetus other than a human being? Well, it's not a fish or a rock or a tree. And it's not just a clump of cells growing on your body like a tumor or a mole. Well, why not, you ask? Well, because a tumor and a mole both have your DNA. A fetus has completely separate DNA, unique from anyone else that exists in the world. Also, the painfully obvious fact. If left alone, your tumor will just grow bigger. If left alone, your mole will maybe grow a hair or 2. A fetus, on the other hand, if left alone, will grow bigger, and it'll grow a full head of hair. And then it will grow bigger, and it will start to love baseball. And then it will grow bigger, and it will get its first job. And then it will grow bigger, and it will love its own child more than it ever loved baseball. So a fetus is a human being. Because you are a human being, and you were once a fetus. But apparently Google is happy to call the extermination of a human being a medical procedure. So there's your bias. As for the third prong of the propaganda definition, the information must promote a cause. So what cause is this little prop box promoting? Well, there's really only 2 options. Abortion is either a heinous act of violence against a defenseless human being, or it is a sterile, meaningless medical procedure. The cause YouTube has chosen to promote with these prop boxes is the latter, the antinatalist position. They are for death rather than life. They have chosen to make the killing of an unborn human being sound like any other medical procedure that should be covered by your insurance. Like you can go to the dentist and get your teeth cleaned. You can go to the abortion clinic and have your child murdered. The very language they use shows us which side of this debate they're on, which cause they promote. And don't be fooled by these seemingly harmless little information boxes. They subtly impact the way you perceive this topic. They are propaganda to desensitize you against horrific evils by watering them down, by sterilizing them. This is not a matter for medicine or science. This is a matter of human rights, God-given, inalienable human rights, whether before we're born or after. In 2023, cancer killed 618,000 people in the United States of America. That year, 680,000 people died due to heart disease, the #1 killer of adult humans in the United States. Do you want to guess how many unborn human beings were killed last year in America? Approximately 1.038 million. Even if you still support abortion, please at least consider the ramifications if you're wrong. If all 1.038 million of those unborn children were real, living, breathing human beings like you and me, people who could be your neighbors, your friends, your children, and God bless you. And if you have the heart for it, if you care about this topic, please consider donating to Zoe for Life. This is a charity which supports young mothers with unplanned pregnancies who may be considering abortion or just need help to get through the pregnancy. It provides potential adoptive families for the children and all sorts of other resources for women. Please consider voting to end the mass murder of our children.